nuclear winter. That's what we're looking at here. Post-nuclear, if you will. This texture pack is known as Last Days, currently maintained by one Derek Smith. The original artist was Doku, who began with some of the basic building blocks, grass, dirt, that sort of thing, and was later expanded by the user named History. Derek Smith ended up picking up full-time and has made it his personal project to maintain this postmodern, post-war texture pack. The whole idea is that nuclear war has come and gone. Actually, I'll spare you the backstory. I'll let you have a read of it yourself. It's a very interesting bit of lore that they've come up with for the reason why this world looks the way it does. Most of the time, I'm just going to focus on the textures themselves. Things like lava getting replaced with nuclear waste. Awesome. Can't complain. What you're really going to notice where it gets different is that a lot of natural objects like trees have been replaced with what I'd call fabricated objects. For example, here the tree leaf blocks look more like stapled corrugated sheet metal or something along those lines, and tree bark and trunks look more like the side of ruined buildings or foundations, that kind of thing. All said, it's a really in-depth texture pack that reminds me a lot of the art style of video games on PC and consoles back in the 90s in particular. There was a very particular way artists would portray certain things, like in games like Jurassic Park for the PC, where the art style was what I'd call lightly shaded, for lack of a better term, but it was still definitive enough that you can make out the environment very, very well. All said, I think this is a really interesting pack if you're looking for something a little bit different, and I have been on the lookout lately for texture packs that are modern and postmodern. I had come across one or two that were supposed to be modern texture packs that replaced, certain things with marble or caution striped tape with certain types of wool and that kind of thing. Or slow sand, I think it was, yeah. And I'll admit, I have not had much success in finding a good one. If anyone happens to know a good modern texture pack, please let me know. I'd love to cover one. I would love to use it a lot. All said, though, Last Days is a great placeholder for me for the time being. I do have a bit of a soft spot for games like Fallout, so something like this is, for me, quite a bit of a treat. I enjoy it a lot. I especially like the cactus here. It's turned into radioactive barrels, which, much as we can assume with real radioactive barrels filled, would probably be a bad thing to go around poking. It just so happens that it's been raining and snowing in my world ever since I installed this texture pack. It hasn't stopped for 3 in-game days. I've done a number of takes here with it, and I'm starting to think that the texture pack is actually causing my game to rain more. No, that's not actually true, but it's oddly coincidental, don't you think? The only thing I need now is to have some Endermen show up and start taking my houses away. That would be appropriate, wouldn't it? Well, the library does look quite a bit different. The GUI for the various menus is also very nice. Got a very electronic, futurist feel. This is a style of futurism that I really like in general when it comes to fantasy art. I've never been too big on super clean futurist texture packs. I've always liked it when it takes a somewhat more digestible industrial approach. And this texture pack definitely handles that very, very well. There's a lot of it that just screams, I've been built. And I think that's pretty cool. The trusty alchemy lab. Yes. Hey look, Nuka-Cola bottles. Our trusty scientist. It doesn't look so good, but that's okay. I don't mean look so good like bad texture, I mean he looks like he's coming down with something. Classic chest. There's no dividing borders for items in here, but it is a standard chest. There's nothing unusual or alien about it. Looks pretty good. Water, of course, looks, I'll say tainted, for lack of a better word. Dirty. Dirty water, yeah. Maybe it's heavy water. Who knows? Time to drop by our friendly blacksmith shop. Oh, well, that's interesting. I do believe that is nether brick. It sure is. That looks really cool. Smooth polished steel. I like it. Oh, the beds. It's funny. They look extremely uncomfortable, but really awesome at the same time. I don't know any other way to put that. I like them. So that is, in a nutshell, the Last Days texture pack. Be sure to check it out. I'm sure Derek Smith would love to hear back from you in terms of how much you like it. And like I said, if you happen to stumble across a really good modern texture pack, like modern, well, modern, not postmodern, not futurist, just modern, definitely drop me a line, let me know. You can either email me at tcarpenter@curse.com or just leave a message on the channel, although I do check the former a lot more than the latter. Alternatively, of course, you can also PM me on the forums at Sasha Varel. That having been said, thank you for joining us here on The Dark Room. We'll be having more episodes in the very near future, as well as covering some more exciting mods in the coming weeks. Good stuff. Looking forward to it. Villagers keep opening and closing doors. I'm going to have to throw them in the lake soon. And thanks for watching.